Hey guys, so I've been doing some reading with Tony Robbins, and I shared a little bit of the stuff that I saw on YouTube, but I've been listening to some audio stuff that he does, and some things that he talked about today really hit home, about conditioning or programming, mental programming, or pain, pleasure, kind of that we all act and do stuff in this life, um, all according to two things: pain and pleasure. Like everything we do is either because it's going to cause us pleasure or it's going to cause us pain, or everything we don't do is going to cause us pain and cause us pleasure, vice versa. And, he breaks it down so eloquently and stuff, and it's hard to kind of type it out in a message and stuff, so I'll do my best to kind of explain what I took from it and what I learned from it and how I believe it helped me, and that I'm going to be more mindful of past paradigms and be able to catch non-serving self-paradigms and stuff like that that are in my business. So, for example, self-fulfilling prophecy, right? A lot of it, I think, boils down to self-fulfilling prophecy, pain and pleasure. So let's use money, for example. A lot of us in Paradigm Shifters actually shared, that we came from humble backgrounds, where money didn't grow on trees. That's too expensive. We can't afford that. My parents, my dad was unemployed for many different periods of time. We had to have church assistants. I remember when one Christmas they had just gone through bankruptcy, and they asked me and my brothers, three brothers, for the toys that they took, or that they bought from us or for us, so that they can give them back, part of the condition for the bankruptcy or something like that. So all these negative, conditioning experiences about money was crap. Money was pain. Anything that had to do with money was painful. It was always a no answer. Hey, Mom, can I get this? No, it's too expensive. Or no, we can't afford that. We can't go on vacation. Or my parents, they would say something like, oh, I wish we could go on vacation. I can't afford that. So just a whole lifetime, right, of associating pain and money, or money with pain. So what happens typically, and I'm living proof of this, it did happen, like right out of college when I would start to earn money, and, especially being single and stuff and no bills really, I earned, pretty good money, I think, for right out of college. But heck, dude, I blew through that and just, screwed myself over with debt, and, it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, because I have to associate money with pain, so subconsciously I self-sabotage myself when I start to either, get money or don't have money. I'm right when I self-sabotage myself, because my belief is deep down inside that money is pain. So that could happen to a lot of us in this business. It actually does happen to a lot of people in network marketing, where they're able to make a significant income quickly, and kind of surprisingly, they're not prepared for it, mentally, and they haven't necessarily grown the tools that they need to manage that money, and to build upon that business that they're growing and team that they're growing. And so they revert back to old ways of feeling, about money, that it's hard, that it's challenging, that it is not an easy thing, and if it starts coming in too easily and too frequently, it's kind of a paradoxical, situation. They're like, what the heck? This is totally against my nature. Money's coming to me easily and frequently. This is out of my comfort zone. I don't know what's going on here, and this is all subconscious stuff, you guys. And what they'll do is they'll start self-sabotaging themselves. They'll stop doing what they need to do. They'll think that they've got it made, or that's what they'll say, and then they'll slow down, and all the things that got them to that success, and then they'll start spending money. They won't put it away and use it wisely, or whatever the case, to where things crumble back down, and they start to go into urgency mode with money, where there's just not enough of it, and then all of a sudden they're back in their comfort zones, and they're reassured that their deep down fundamental beliefs are correct. They're not wrong anymore because they're back in scarcity, lack mentality. So be mindful of that, you guys, because if you don't see yourselves as leaders deep down inside, let's say that you've always been, oh man, I always wish I was kind of a leader, but I know I'm not a leader. I was never born really to lead, or whatever, paradigms that you might have. Be careful of those, because once you start getting a team rocking and rolling, and you get some team leaders underneath you, and you're starting to feel, oh boy, people are coming to me for advice, people are coming to me, they're following me, this is against my nature, this is against my core belief system, I don't know, this isn't who I am, you're going to start self-sabotaging yourself. So it's important, it's psychological stuff, it's really deep. It's fascinating, actually, to me. But it's true. It's proven over and over and over and over and over again. So really make sure that you're aware of your deep down belief systems, your paradigms, that you're challenging them every step of the way, especially, too, with your physical and physical transformation. Really, that's really important. Weight loss and stuff like that. Because if you've always seen yourself, I'm just going to say it, if you've always seen yourself as the big person, in the crowd or in the room or something like that, and that's just kind of who you've come to believe you are, then if you start losing weight when you start losing weight and you start becoming like, whoa, I'm getting like skinny. I've got, these nice curves and things happening in my clothes. All these things are happening in your mind that you're not used to, that are totally conflicting with your core, deep down belief systems of who you are, the big person. What's going to happen psychologically if you're not careful is that you're going to self-sabotage your results. And you're going to start relaxing on your workouts. You're going to start making more exceptions when it comes to your nutrition. And you're going to start reverting back to old ways, because that's what's comfortable, because that's more in line with your deep core, with who you've always believed, that deep script that has been written, deep down inside you. So, and then all of a sudden, a year later, you're back, you've gained all the weight back, and you're like, okay, I feel like shit again, and I'm not happy with this, but you at least know who you are deep down inside, right? Because you reverted back to that comfort zone of that core belief. Well, just know, when you start challenging those deep, deep core beliefs, you're going to have these conflicts. And if you're not staying on top of them, and if you're not realizing that this is a true life, psychology thing that you're going to deal with when you start seeing these awesome results with your body, when you start seeing these awesome results with your business, when all these fantastic things start changing and people are calling you a leader and they're looking for advice and all these things that maybe you haven't been living like your whole entire life, all these inner conflicts that are saying, whoa, slow down, this isn't who I am. Be careful. That is why visualization and rehearsing in your mind constantly now, before you are successful and before you've reached all these points, it's important now that you're living through these emotions now, that you're already seeing yourself. It's not what we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we are, right? We get what we are. You guys have heard me saying that, a lot of times, but it's so true and it's so powerful. So make sure that deep, deep, deep down inside, you are a person that money comes easily and frequently to. That health and nutrition, you're seeing throughout your circle of influences that, hey, there's Johnny and there's Susan. That person is a fit person. That's a health nut over there. We consider that person a health nut. You know, in your inner circle, make sure that you see yourself, hey, that's who I'm going to be. That's who I'm going to be. I'm the person who people talk about on social media who has this crazy, awesome life, who can do their work anywhere in the world, on the beach or, you know, in the mountains, as long as there's an internet connection. They make virtually unlimited amounts of money. They don't live the 9-to-5 cog in the wheel life. They're fit and they're healthy, and they take care of their mental growth by personal development. They're just one of those kind of weird people, you know, really successful, you know, people that just got lucky in life or something. Just, that's you. That's you, but that's you now. You know, even if you don't feel like it, you're living paycheck to paycheck or something, you know, you can't let those emotions and feelings absorb into your core. You got to get rid of those and think and be, you know, and think about all the blessings that you do have and all those things. So that's why you need to change from the inside. You know, you need to change from the inside. It is so powerful and so important, and I hope this came across right, you guys. I love you tons, and peace out.